Dear lords and ladies, I am honored to present to you today. In this video, I will make a presentation titled Old Tales, New Bonds, Chivalric Romance, and Today's Marriage Values. Okay, in today's rapidly changing world, where norms and values around relationships continually evolve, balancing traditional values and modern practices can be challenging. However, the timeless narratives of chivalric romance offer valuable lessons that can resonate even in contemporary contexts. This presentation explores how the ideals of chivalric romance can inform and enhance modern relationships, particularly for young adults navigating their romantic commitments. Here's my intended audience of this presentation, or who may find this video helpful. So my presentation today is mainly for two groups of people: young adults in their late teens and 20s who are interested in understanding relationships or navigating romantic commitments, and parents of these young adults who are interested in practical ways to communicate the values of marriage and commitment to their children. So the context of today's presentation is a current dialogue about the shifting norms and values in modern relationships, particularly generational changes in views on marriage and commitment. Okay, let's get into the body part. So first, let's talk about the historical context of chivalric romance. So chivalric romance is a genre that flourished in the medieval period. It revolves around the ideals of knightly behavior, loyalty, honor, and courtly love, according to Kruger. Tales like those found in the Lays of Marie de France, a representative genre work, illustrate these values through stories of noble knights and their unwavering devotion to their ladies. According to my GOAT writing class professor, Marie de France was a French female poet who apparently wrote between 1160 and 1210 for royalty and nobility. And by the way, the lay is a short narrative poem originating in medieval French literature. These poems often involve themes of romance, chivalry, and adventure, and typically feature supernatural elements. The lays of Marie de France, particularly, are well known for their exploration of courtly love and the knightly virtues. For instance, the Lay Milon illustrates several ideals of chivalric romance, including loyalty, commitment, and mutual respect. The story is about a knight named Milon. Renowned for his prowess and valor, he falls in love with a noble lady, and they begin a secret relationship because it has to be secret because she fears the disapproval of her parents and society. This conventional settings. The lady becomes pregnant and to avoid scandal sends the child away to be raised by her sister in Northumbria, along with a ring and a letter explaining his heritage. Unfortunately, the lady is betrothed to a noble man by her father, while Milon left his land to seek fame as a monastery. After returning home, Milon is desperate to hear this pathetic news and discovers a way to message his beloved and express their love to each other using a swan. 20 years pass, and Milon and the lady remain loyal to each other despite their separation. Milon continues to exile in tournaments, gaining fame across the lands. The son, now grown, becomes a skilled knight known for his exceptional abilities. Unaware of his father's identity, the son enters a tournament and defeats Milon, who recognizes the ring the young knight wears as his own. Upon realizing that he has found his son, Milon is overjoyed. The son returns with Milon to his mother, and they reunite as a family. The story concludes with Milon and his lady finally marrying openly, their loyalty and commitment rewarded. Oh, and by the way, the former husband the lady was betrothed to has passed away during this process. Um, so Milan and his lady maintain their love for each other despite the long years of separation and the social constraints that force them apart. Their unwavering loyalty to each other is a central theme of the lay. They remain faithful in their hearts even though they cannot be together physically for much of the story. Also, the lady's decision to send their child away rather than risk a scandal shows her commitment to preserving their love and reputation. Milan's continued efforts to distinguish himself as a knight and his dedication to their love, even in secret, highlight his commitment to their relationship after making the promise that he would always remain true to her. Their eventual reunion underscores the endurance of their commitment over time. Throughout their relationship, Milan and the lady respect each other's wishes and circumstances. The lady respects Milan's need to continue his knightly pursuits, and Milan respects the lady's decision to protect their child and their honor. This mutual respect allows them to maintain their bond despite their physical and temporal distance. Okay, the next part is the modern relevance of chivalric values. First, let's talk about the respect and honor in relationships. Respect and honor remain fundamental in modern relationships, just as knights honor their ladies. Partners today should treat each other with respect and dignity. This mutual respect forms the foundation of a healthy, lasting relationship. In today's relationships, respect and honor can be shown through clear communication, supporting each other, doing small things like helping with chores or surprising your partner with her favorite retreat, treating each other as equals by making decisions together and respecting boundaries. Unlike situationships, which often lack commitment and clear expectations, yet becoming common recently. A relationship built on respect and honor involves clear commitment and shared responsibilities. By clearly defining the relationship and consistently valuing and supporting each other, couples can create a robust and healthy foundation. The next is about the acts of service and noble deeds. So chivalric romance often highlights grand gestures and noble deeds knights perform for their beloveds, like what we just saw from Milan. The knight risks his life in tournaments and battles to win honor for the lady he loves. Besides this, he would rather sacrifice his own happiness and stay single for 20 years, that's 2 decades, to wait for love and fulfill his commitment to the lady. Such deeds appear as typical acts one would do for love in the Middle Ages. In contemporary relationships, um, of course, we won't do such deeds. Simple, thoughtful actions can have a significant impact. Acts of kindness, support, and care are more than equivalents of these noble deeds, reinforcing the bond between partners. For example, always being there for your partner needs you. When your partner needs you, sorry, can show how respect and care. Cherishing each other's opinions and compromising when necessary helps build a balanced, fair relationship. The last one is about balancing tradition with modern values. While the traditional gender roles in chivalry romance may seem outdated, underlying values can still be relevant. By incorporating the virtues of loyalty, commitment, and respect from chivalric romance into modern egalitarian relationships, couples can find a balanced approach that honors tradition while embracing contemporary values. Okay, so we can see some excellent examples in the movies from popular culture, which combine the ideals of loyalty, commitment, and mutual respect with modern romance. Okay, first is the movie we studied in the class, in my Writing 45 class. So the movie's name is The Night Before Christmas. It tells the story of Sir Cole, a medieval knight transported to the present day who meets and falls in love with Brooke, a modern high school teacher. This romantic comedy blends the ideals of chivalric romance with contemporary values, highlighting how respect, loyalty, and noble deeds can be relevant today. In one scene, Serko demonstrates his commitment to chivalric ideals by rescuing Brooke's niece from danger. Despite being in an unfamiliar world, he uses his knightly skills and bravery to protect her. This heroism is not just about physical strength, but also shows his respect for Brooke and her family, earning their trust and admiration. Furthermore, throughout the movie, Serko remains loyal to his quest, which ultimately involves understanding the true meaning of love and chivalry in a modern context. This dedication to his mission and Brooke illustrates how the timeless value of loyalty and noble deeds from chivalric romance can manifest in everyday actions and relationships today. Also, in the grand view of the Star Wars universe, many impressive relationships between a Jedi Knight and a noble lady were presented. The love stories within the universe echoed ideals of loyalty, commitment, and mutual respect found in chivalric romance. This can be seen in the love between the valiant knight master Anakin Skywalker. Oh, actually, he's not a master, it's just a council member. And Senator Padme Amidala, and the heartbreaking story of Obi-Wan Kenobi and the Mandalorian Duchess Satine Kryze. So let's start with the relationship between Anakin Skywalker and Padme Amidala first. Anakin, a Jedi Knight, embodies the chivalric ideal of a noble warrior devoted to his beloved. Despite the challenges and secrecy required by their roles, Anakin and Padme's relationship is built on mutual respect and deep commitment. Their tragic love story highlights the struggles of balancing duty and personal loyalty, which is a common theme in chivalric romance. And another example is the relationship between Obi-Wan Kenobi and the Duchess Satine Kryze of Mandalore. Obi-Wan's dedication to his Jedi duties and his respect for Satine's leadership and ideals reflect the chivalric code of honor and loyalty. Although they do not end up together, their mutual respect and the deep emotional bond they share exemplify the ideals of chivalric romance in a modern context. So these examples show that the principles of chivalric romance are not confined to the medieval past, but are woven into contemporary narratives. By highlighting these stories, we can see how chivalric values continue to resonate and influence modern relationships, making the timeless lessons of loyalty, commitment, and respect relevant today. Okay, so you might think that traditional values need to be updated or more relevant. Well, I read that some of these values are indeed outdated. We wouldn't want those unhappy arranged marriages or the patriarchy to be back, for sure. However, seeing those values within engaging stories and relatable context makes it easier to understand their lasting importance. Chivalric romance stories provide compelling examples showing how respect, loyalty, and noble deeds, can still be relevant today. For instance, watch popular movies and shows where characters embody these values in modern settings. These examples help make traditional values more appealing and relevant to you and your relationships. Okay, here are some of my final thoughts. So the timeless principles of chivalric romance, respect, honor, loyalty, and noble deeds have much to offer contemporary relationships. By embracing these values, we can navigate our romantic relationship more deeply and meaningfully. Encouragingly, even parents can use these narratives to important lessons about love and dedication to their children, fostering a shared understanding across generations. So let us rediscover and apply the enduring values of chivalric romance in our lives, enhancing our relationships and creating more robust, respectful bonds with our partners. So that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and see you next time. In this video, I envision my readers as college students or early career individuals browsing online for relationship insights. They may be skeptical about traditional views on marriages, but are open to new perspectives. They might come across my presentation through social media shares, blog posts, or newsletters focused on relationship advice. By connecting traditional values to the intriguing narratives of chivalric romance, I aim to make these values resonate with them, encouraging discussions with peers or family and sharing these perspectives in their social circles. By presenting these timeless principles in modern contexts, we can create a bridge between historical romance and contemporary relevance, fostering a deeper understanding and appreciation of the enduring values that can enhance our relationships today.